Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mediocre Reviews and Awesome Brews. I'm your host Tony. Today we're continuing with the Dieu du Ciel beers, and this is the Solstice d'hiver. It's their barley wine. This comes in at 10.2% ABV. Couldn't find the IBUs anywhere, much like the other two beers by them that I reviewed previously. Let's read the side label here. This noble winter beer is brown in color and flaming red highlights. Its taste is delicately sweet and liquor-like, with a hint of burnt caramel. Coming from the malt and a prolonged boiling time, it is a very bitter beer with aromas of hops and alcohol, and flavors reminiscent of red fruit brought by the English-type yeast we use to ferment it. The aftertaste is accentuated by the wonderful flavor of hops. Solstice d'hiver is brewed only once a year and is then aged for 4 to 5 months before being sold. This aging process is necessary to achieve an ideal equilibrium between the sharp bitterness and the other flavors in the beer. Cool. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but inside the tree there's a little person hiding out, I guess, from the bitterness of winter. There might even be two people in there. Oh well. Let's go ahead and crack into it. Twist off. Yep, very dark in the glass. Got about a finger's worth of head. Very tight bubbles. Bubbles sticking to the glass there. I see some lighter browns around the edge of the glass. I don't see much highlights. It's more orange around the edges than brown, I should say. Let's go ahead and get a nose on it. Oh yeah, I smell a lot of malt sweetness. I'm getting a little bit of alcohol in the nose. There's definitely a little bit of hops there. Not really getting much red fruit. It's more of a kind of like a sweet orange sort of hoppy aroma. Not sure of the year this was made. It's got the 0 and the 8 notched out on the side label. Well, let's go ahead and get a taste on it. Cheers. Oh yeah. Definitely feeling some alcohol in there. Definitely taste the alcohol. I mean, I'm getting a caramel. I'm definitely getting a sweet orange bitterness, but it's not too horribly bitter. I mean, it says it's a very bitter beer. So I'm thinking maybe this has been sitting around for a little while. Because I mean, that bitterness is very subdued. Once that bitterness starts to bite on the tongue, the alcohol just knocks it out. Definitely get a little bit of caramel sweetness. I'm really not getting much else other than alcohol, a little bit of like a sweet orange bitterness, and caramel sweetness. Let me let this warm up. It's fresh out of the fridge. I was going to wait a few minutes before cracking into it, but hey, give me a few minutes. Let me warm it up for about half an hour or so, see if anything develops. All right, thanks. Okay, guys, I'm back. It's only been about 20 minutes or so. Went and had a little bit of water, rinsed my mouth out, so there's no flavors lingering on my tongue. Let's go ahead and get a nose on it. Now I'm getting more in the nose. I'm getting more kind of like plums, like kind of like a dark fruit, almost almost kind of like a quadruple. Let's go taste on it. Cheers. Oh, there's definitely a lot more sweetness in the nose now that it's warmed up some. A little bit of the caramel sweetness has come up. There was a slight fruitiness there. I can't think of what it is. It's dancing around really well with the caramel sweetness. Almost kind of like a pear. It's like a caramel dipped pear is what it kind of tastes like to me. Really not getting much alcohol like I did beforehand when it was cold. It's a little weird. And that sweet orange character is kind of disappeared. There are some plums or figs or some sort of dark fruit character in there. I definitely get the alcohol burn on the palate, not so much in the throat or in the chest. That's weird. It's two big beers in a row that really haven't developed much complexity when they whammed up, when they warmed up. That's really weird. Normally, sweetness and the alcohol burn and everything, and some other things blossom when a big beer warms up. Well, any beer in general, but big beers tend to become a lot more complex. Then again, it didn't seem to be very complex to begin with. Only a small handful of aroma notes and flavor notes. Brain's not working today. I had a really rough. It's been a really, really, really rough month at work. An extremely rough day today at work. Wow. I like the beer, but as a barley wine, I don't know. I mean, it's just not as complex as I guess I'm a little spoiled. I've been finding a lot of aged barley wines, 2, 3 years, 4 years even, and the complexity is just outstanding in those beers. I'm thinking that just the complexity in this thing just isn't there to begin with, and I have no idea what the date is. I mean, if it's a fresh barley wine, it's definitely not complex to begin with. If it's an aged barley wine, more than the 4 or 5 months that it says on the label, it's just I doubt highly that it was good to begin with. I mean, it's got some good flavors to it, but it's not a barley wine. As far as, I mean, it's a barley wine, in spirit, I guess you could say, but it's not what I'm accustomed to. I mean, even fresh barley wines taste way better than this. On a scale of 1 to 10, and like I said, I do like it, but I'm thinking of it as a barley wine. It's basically, if you were to take an egg, scramble it, right, tastes great. But you take the yolk out of it, and then just scramble the white. That's basically what this is. Really don't have that extra flavor that you get from the yolk, and the scrambled egg. That's basically what this is. It's egg whites. It's the egg white of the barley wine world. Wow. Scale of 1 to 10. It's drinkable. Wow. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I like it, but I mean, it just isn't a barley wine per se. It's the shadow of what a really great barley wine could be, but I mean, barley wines are usually good to begin with, and then they just become phenomenal. They become phenomenal with age. I mean, it's a good beer. It's just, to me, it's not much of a barley wine. Wow, really disappointing. I was really excited about these. The one I'd never heard of before, the Root des Apis, the peppercorn rye beer. In my opinion, was the best one out of all. And the Péché Mortel was supposed to be this big, awesome coffee imperial stout. Smelled awesome, tasted really good, cold, but as it warmed up, nothing developed. The coffee flavor disappeared. And this, I mean, this is disappointing too. It's got a good flavor to it. It's just doesn't have that certain barley wine character. I can't place my finger on it. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, there's really not much hop bitterness to it. That's why I'm thinking it's been aged. Whether or not it's been aged properly, I don't know. I'm gonna finish it. I'm not gonna do a chug on it. I'm not gonna pour it down the drain, but hey, I'm getting out of here. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's a disappointing review. Wow. Thanks again for watching.